Welcome everyone. This slideshow demonstrates some of the features and basic utility of Microsoft Project 2010. At a minimum, project management software needs to be able to create and organize a list of project tasks. Project management software makes it easy to organize the work of the project in a hierarchical fashion, also known as a work breakdown structure, WBS. Project management software should also facilitate the creation of task dependencies, task duration, and simple schedules. The following slides demonstrate some of these basic functions in Microsoft Project 2010. Microsoft Project is one of the most widely used project management software. Even basic Microsoft Project skills are valuable. When you open Microsoft Project, you will be in the Gantt chart view. The Gantt chart view includes a table on the left-hand side of the screen and a time-based chart on the right-hand side of the screen. As project tasks are added to the table, Microsoft Project builds a corresponding Gantt chart in the time-based section of the screen. A default project name postulates the first row of the table on the left side of the screen. This is designated as row 0 because it is the top level of the task hierarchy, the project itself. Duration is set at 0 days with a question mark. The project duration will change when tasks are entered into the project file, and will continue to change as task durations are specified and as relationships between tasks are established. It is a good idea to check project options each time you open a new project file. It is easier to establish the project defaults before you begin describing the project and file. Go to the File tab and select the Options button near the bottom of the list of commands. The view you see now is general options available for the project. The default view, the view you will use when creating the project, is a Gantt with timeline. The options selected for scheduling are very important. They determine whether or not Microsoft Project will automatically schedule project tasks and how those tasks are scheduled. In order to give project managers more control over task scheduling, the newest version of Microsoft Project, Project 2010, now allows tasks to be scheduled manually. However, as long as beginning users understand how auto-scheduling works, auto-scheduling is the best choice for beginning project managers. Auto-scheduling works differently for different types of tasks. There are 3 types of tasks: fixed units, fixed duration, and fixed work. In Microsoft Project, units refer to work resources that are assigned to the project and project tasks. One unit is equivalent to a single full-time resource, usually a person. For example, if one architect is assigned to the project full-time, she represents 1 unit. If there are 3 architects assigned full-time to the project, they represent 3 units. Fixed unit tasks keep their unit/resources constant when task duration and work change. By default, Microsoft Project uses days to measure duration, and 1 day equals 8 hours. Fixed duration tasks keep the duration of the task constant when work and resources change. By default, Microsoft Project uses hours to measure work. Fixed work tasks keep the number of hours assigned to the task constant when task duration and resources change. In the slide, fixed work is selected. Fixed work's tasks are effort-driven. When resources are added or subtracted from the task, it changes the duration of that task. When task duration is increased, resources perform the same amount of work, but have longer to do it in. When task duration is decreased, resources must perform the same amount of work in less time. There are 2 format selections that should be made in the Gantt chart view. The first is selection of the Project Summary task box. The Project Summary task sums up the entire project. When selected, the Project Summary task will ask you the project name, the project duration, and start and finish dates. The second format selection that should be made in the Gantt chart view is a Critical Tasks box. When selected, critical tasks will be shown in red within the Gantt chart. The critical path is a sequence of tasks in the project that have no slack. Any delay completing a critical task will lengthen the project. Therefore, being able to easily differentiate between all tasks and tasks on the critical path is important. Making critical task red is convention for displaying the critical path. Although red is a default color for critical tasks, red and green color challenge people can change the color of critical tasks to something that stands out for them by editing the Gantt chart style. The editing box is shown in this slide. The project file should be saved after the default values are selected for the project and before tasks are entered. By default, the file name becomes a project name. However, the project name can be edited. The project shown in this slide is a vacation project. It is now time to enter items into the task name column. Although it is named the task column, this column may be configured to represent the entire project work breakdown structure. In the example, the 6 components of vacation are listed: budget, location, accommodations, activities, vacationers, and schedule. These are the major vacation project deliverables, and they will be the second highest level of the project hierarchy. The project itself is the highest level. All project tasks will be assigned to one of these 6 components. As the list gets longer, it may be desirable to move rows so that the list is easier to understand and manage. In this example, schedule will be moved next to budget. There are 2 methods to move rows. In the example, schedule is being moved by selecting the row and dragging it. The cursor and thick line indicate where the schedule row will be placed. The other way is to move rows is to select the row you want to move and cut and paste it into another spot. The tasks required to deliver the vacation are listed after the 6 deliverables. In this example, they are listed in the same order as the other 6 major deliverables. Tasks associated with vacationers are listed first, tasks associated with the budget are second, etc. In order to create the work breakdown structure hierarchy, the tasks needed to be located under the parent item. In this case, they need to be moved. This slide shows tasks associated with the budget moved under the budget item. To create the parent-child relationship of a hierarchy in Microsoft Project, select the child tasks and indent them. The indent command is located on the Task tab. This slide shows one of the possible structures for the vacation project. The top level of the organization is the project itself, the vacation. The next level is the 6 deliverables. And the third level are tasks associated with the 6 deliverables. If tasks are identified that aren't associated with any of the 6 deliverables, the task is either outside of the scope of the project or the deliverables are incomplete. Even on a simple project, it will take 2 to 3 iterations to finalize the deliverables and identify all of the tasks. The same steps taken to create a deliverable-based hierarchy can be used to create phase-based hierarchy. Project milestone can be created in the task rows. Milestones are significant accomplishments or events during a project. In this example, scheduling the vacation represents a milestone. Milestones are created by selecting the Mark Task as Milestone box on the Advanced tab of the Task Information Properties box. Get to this box by selecting the task row or double or right-clicking. After the hierarchy is set and tasks are identified, the task duration is established. Task duration is entered as days by default. However, it can be entered in smaller or larger units of time. Tasks and milestones have dependent relationships. For example, the milestone vacation funded can't be reached until and unless several tasks are completed. This milestone is dependent upon completion of several preceding tasks. The easiest and safest way to create dependency relationships is to enter the preceding task number in the predecessor column of the dependent task. In this example, the milestone vacation funded can't be reached until the final budget and available funding task is complete. That task is itself dependent upon 4 other tasks: check savings, check transportation costs, calculate average daily costs, and calculate special expenses. The time scale of the Gantt chart can be changed so that the chart is expanded or compressed. One way to do this is by placing the cursor in the Gantt chart timescale and double-clicking. Timescale options become visible and can easily be changed. Another way to adjust the Gantt chart timescale is to go to the View tab, select the Zoom tool, and adjust the timescale. The network diagram is another graphical depiction of the project. Unlike the Gantt chart, the size of the box does not correspond to the length of the task. However, Like the Gantt chart, the critical path is shown in red. Microsoft Project is a useful tool for organizing the project and visualizing the project schedule. Beginning Microsoft Project Skills 2 builds upon the basic set of skills demonstrated in these slides. Thank you once again for your time and attention, and this is businesstraining.com, where you can earn master's level qualifications to make more money.